All right, all right. About to get into it. Talk about Tory Lanez, Megan Thee Stallion. And, my thing of it is, I'm not going to get too much into the actual case. I'm going to talk more of from from the man point of view. You know, the thing of it is with me, to my fellas out there, to men, check this out. Make sure this is right. You got to understand. You got to understand that your emotions is everything. Your emotions is everything. And when I look at the Tory Lane situation, whether he shot her or not, she was shot or fragments got in her foot for whatever reason. And in California, you have to understand the gun laws out here. You really have to understand. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not playing out here. You know what I'm saying? I live in the Bay Area. You know what I'm saying? To be precise where I'm at. And you got to understand, man, you come to Cali, you're not in Texas. You're not in Missouri. You're not in Atlanta. You're not in Florida. Our gun laws are one of the stiffest, and a large part of it is because of the economy out here. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of money moving around out here. It's a lot of money that's going on. And the thing of it is that depending on what county you go into, excuse me, there are major consequences when firing a firearm. And from my understanding, it was unregistered. That's a big problem out here. So you have to understand your surroundings, understand where you're at. When you come to Cali, you need to understand some rules and regulations out here, man. Some terms and conditions, man. And that's all I talk about on my channel is really having an understanding. And this is unfortunately a teachable moment. And what I want to point out, you know, is that for Tory Lanez being a man, you have to understand your position. And the biggest thing is you have to control your emotions. You have to control your emotions, especially when you're in a certain position financially, when you're in a certain position in life, you have to move accordingly. And when certain things happen, you have to be able to make adjustments and get out of those situations because it's a different thing out here, man. And you got to understand that because this Bay thing is something different, man. For the Bay Area, is something different out here. LA is a lot different as well. But for the state wise in general, I'm speaking, you have to understand these laws out here in California. You know what I'm saying? And having an unregistered gun, fighting in the car, from my understanding, what was said, that's a major issue, man. But the way I look at it is this: it's your emotions. Whatever she said to you, whatever that was being done, whether, the two ladies was fighting, Kelsey and Megan Thee Stallion, and based on what the courts were saying, or what the witness was saying, I should say, how, you just start shooting. It tells me if that's true, it's your emotions, man. It's your emotions that puts you in this situation, unfortunately. That you're looking at what, 20 plus years possibly? I hope you don't do that. But if you really did shoot that woman, you got what was coming to you. Because regardless what was said in that vehicle, regardless what they did or didn't do, it's no reason based on the evidence that was presented for a gun to be fired. And on top of all that, that sounded like there was some emotional issues going on there as well. So you cannot, as a man, cannot allow your emotions to get to you to a point where you have to get violent. Now, there are situations where you will have to protect yourself. I'm not saying that you do not supposed to protect yourself, but you have to move accordingly based on the situation. Every situation is not gunplay. Not every situation have to get real violent. Sometimes it's best to take the L and walk away. Like, you know what? I'm calling the Uber, man. I'm finna, hey man, I'm getting about this vehicle. I'm not finna be involved in this. See, when you a certain stat at a certain stature, you know what I mean? You're a certain fixture in life. You have to move accordingly. And to the ones to the, to the guys that get it, I know you understand what I'm saying right now. You know what I'm saying? You have to move accordingly out here, man. And that's what I talk about on my channel, having an understanding, knowing your position. Don't get finessed out of your position. Move accordingly. If you're new to my channel, go back and watch those videos. Because that's all I talk about is telling you, hey, man, you have to understand your surroundings and make adjustments when necessary. So looking at that, you know, the case more than anything, it's all about how you moving out here and understanding your emotions and not allow that to get to you to the fact that gunplay need to be involved. Because not everybody out here is playing fair. When you come to California, you need to understand these gun laws out here, man. You're not in Texas. You're not in Florida. You're not in Alabama. You know what I'm saying? It's real people out here doing real things, making major money out here, and we don't want that type of foolishness in our state. And if you do, you're gonna have to pay a hefty fine. And that's what you do in time. So to my men out there, you cannot be so emotional where if a woman say something you don't want to hear or do something you don't like, it has to get violent, especially with gunplay involved. If you don't want that, if you allowing your emotions to get to you that much, maybe you need to figure out something different and move a different way in life because this ain't the way for you. You know what I'm saying? And this is a message to the men. You cannot be so emotional where you have to get physical with a woman, man. That's not the move, man. That's not the play. So you got to understand that. Now, whether, like I said, whether he shot her or not, the fact is she was shot in the foot. Now, the time may be too hefty. Hey, I don't know. But if I was in that situation, I would have walked away. Hey, man, you know what? Y'all in the car fighting. I'm getting up out of here, calling me a Uber, call whoever. But I'm not finna, no gunplay is gonna be involved because what you was dissing me about my rap skills, whether that's true or not. You know what I'm saying? You were found guilty on all charges. So based on all that information that was given, and on top of all that, you're not even a citizen of the United States. So you got to remember that for anybody watching this right now. The reason why I personally believe he got a lot of time like that, or he's facing a lot of time, I should say, is that he's an immigrant. And from my understanding, he have had a previous gun case, you know, a couple of years ago. So you had a gun case a couple of years ago. Now you involving with another shooting, and you're an immigrant. It's not gonna end well for you, man. This was not the play, man. And that's why I've been saying, if you go back and watch my videos, when I say move accordingly and knowing your position, because when you come to California, man, it's active out here, but you have to know how to be active out here. Do you feel me? You know what I'm saying? Because looking at them charges, from my understanding, I mean, he facing what? Up to 20 plus years? Was it really worth it? Was it really worth it? You facing 20 plus years over a conversation. And even if let's even take it even further than that. Let's say hands was put on you. You know what I'm saying? A woman did put her hands on you. Is that really worth you firing off a gun though? Like for real though, like I'm gonna keep it all the way real with you right now. Is it really worth it? I mean, a woman can come and hit me right now. Now I'm gonna defend myself. Don't get me wrong, but is gunplay going to be involved? No, I'm not. I'm not firing off no type of weapon because a woman slapped me or she said, "Oh, she don't like what how I'm talking on this microphone or how I wear my hair, or whatever the case is, how I get my hair cut." Sometimes my lining be off. But do you feel me? My point is this. You're not going to get me off of my square just because I didn't like what you said. You're not going to make me get violent with you just because you said some words I didn't like. Now, I will separate myself from you, no doubt. I will separate myself. But me getting violent with you, no. Me pulling out a gun and shooting at you, telling you dance, 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 bitch, dance. Nah, bruh. That's not gonna happen with me. You know what I'm saying? Because I know my position out here. And you're not gonna move me like that. Now, I'm not saying I might not be mad. I might not, you know what I'm saying? I may have definitely have an attitude about the situation, but my emotions won't allow me. I won't get so emotional where I'm just gonna allow me to get physical or start popping shots at you. And that's where Tory Lanez went wrong at. Because regardless, no shot should have been fired in that situation. And that's why he's facing what he's facing. So do not allow your emotions to get to you so bad where you got to get so emotional. What you doing, man? I mean, if you getting so emotional like that, are you really a man out here or are you a boy? Is this high school? Is that what we in? You know what I'm saying? And you what, 30 years old, Tory Lanez? And you're gonna that's the level you gotta take it to based on a conversation? I don't get it, man. So do not allow your emotions to get to you. Do not be so emotional. Do not be so emotional because to men, I'm going to tell you, it's going to cost you a lot. Because I'm going to give you an example. Let's break it down, right? So check this out, right? To my men, you in a relationship with a woman, it don't work out for whatever reason, right? That relationship don't work out. You got a kid involved. So now, especially in California, she's gonna go over to the family law, what I'm saying, law office, and she's gonna establish child support or child support order, right? So in the process of her getting that child support order, she tell you end up getting a letter, getting served saying, hey, you gotta go to this court date, you know what I'm saying? Meet with this person and y'all try to come to some type of agreement before you go to court. That's usually how it works in California. So you get served these papers, right? You mad. I'm talking about the guy now. You mad right now because you can't believe, man, this broad, what? She went to the courthouse and about to put me on child support. So you go storm into her house, going over there, wanna, you know what I'm saying, damn near kick the door in because you mad because she put you on child support. So you end up pushing her down, right? You get over there, y'all get to, what I'm saying, she get to talking, probably smacking, bitch, nigga, da 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 da, you know what I'm saying? Calling you whatever. And you end up pushing her down. She call the police on you. Now, the police gonna say, what happened, man? Oh yeah, he pushed me down. Now you go to jail. You know what I'm saying? Now when y'all go to the law office, right? Y'all go to the family law office, right? About the child support. I'm talking about my men in emotion right now. Just follow me. So you go to the courthouse, right? The first thing your baby mama finna tell them people is what? He came over and he pushed me down because he didn't like the child support. So they gonna tell you basically, you know what? We gonna go ahead and give her. She's asking for 2,000 a month. We gonna go ahead and make it three. And on top of that, right? That's why I said, man, don't let your emotions get the best of you, right? On top of that, right? Now you have to have visit. You have to have authorized visit. You know what I'm saying? Visitation for your child. And guess what, guys? You got to pay for the visitation. You got to pay somebody to be there while you watching, coming to see your kid because you pushed your woman, your baby mama down because you mad because she put you on child support. So that's why I say, do not allow your emotions to get the best of you. And I believe that's what happened with Tory Lanez. So just like I'm describing that story, how, you know what I'm saying, you allow your emotions get the best of you. You pushed your baby mama down. She tell a court, you got a record. All they do is pull up that record from the, you know what I'm saying, at the police. When they took you to jail, you got a record now. You know what I'm saying? You got a record. So when she go to the family law office, you feel me? You go to the family law office, they put you on child support. You got to pay for visitation, all because you got too emotional. That is not you, man. If you a man out here, you want to be a man out here, this is the first step of it, not to get too emotional. Allow them emotions to get to you, man, because it costs you. As a real man out here, it costs you when you allow your emotions to get the best of you. Do you feel me? Go on there. Let's see what I got in there. Got a live chat popping off in there. Okay. Hey, what's up? I appreciate you. You know? So, yeah, do not allow your emotions to get the best of you. You cannot allow that because the thing of it is, as men out here, you got to understand that. Hold up. Let me make sure I put that in there. I got you. As men out here, real men out here, it costs us a lot when we get too emotional. It costs us not only our time, but money. Not only money, it can cost you doing time in a penitentiary as well. Look at Tory Lanez. So you cannot allow your emotions to get the best of you. You know what I'm saying? Because as a man, it costs you everything, especially in California. You know what I'm saying? In California, the laws are definitely against you when you talk about any type of violent act towards women. Now, I'm pretty sure it's similar to that in every state, but I can tell you about California personally. The laws are against men when you get too emotional. That can be in relationship base. That can be in just dealing with people. You allow your emotions to get the best of you, it costs you. So do not allow your emotions to get the best of you. Do you feel me? You know what I mean? And shout out to all my subscribers too. I appreciate y'all. You know what I mean? And anybody that's tapping in with my live, I appreciate y'all. I do my live a little bit different than my videos, so just bear with me. We're going to rock out a little bit. But do not allow your emotions to get the best of you because what it does, it costs you long term wise as well. Because when you look at the relationship, like I said, when you're dealing with a woman and you got too emotional and they got physical, that's going to cost you for a long time, not just financially, but also you possibly can even lose your job in the process. You know what I'm saying? Especially when when you're getting violent, depending on where you work at, that can be a major issue. So you cannot be too emotional, man. Do you feel me? You cannot allow your emotions to get the best of you. And looking at the Tory Lane situation, and also he have a past record and he's an immigrant. He should have known better. Like, hold up, let me get up out of this situation because I'm not even a citizen of the United States. So he's held to a higher standard for him not to be violent or get into any type of criminal activity because he can be expedited, you know what I'm saying, back to Canada. And based on how, you know what I'm saying, his charges go, he's going to have to do penitentiary time in the US first and then get expedited back to Canada and be banned from the US. So that's why I say do not allow your emotions to get the best of you. Because as real men out here, it costs us everything. Because, like I mentioned about the child support, by you getting physical with a woman, now you got to pay for, you know what I'm saying, visitations. You got to have somebody there that you have to pay for to have visitation. And you still got to pay your child support on top of that because you allowed your emotions to get the best of you because you didn't like what she did to you. That's all emotional, man. As real men out here, you cannot be that emotional where you lose control. Because a woman can never get me off of my square. You can never get me off of my square. Now, of course, there is certain situations, of course, where, okay, hold up. Let me defend myself, but getting physical in the sense of where I need to use a weapon on you? Nah, bruh. I'm gonna just get out the car. Call me a Uber. Call somebody. But I'm not finna sit here and continue where it's going to escalate to a point where I know where it's going too far. So before it even gets anywhere close to that, I'm gonna make sure I exit out of the situation. Do you feel me? So do not allow your emotions to get the best of you. And that's why I said if you go back and watch my other videos, you have to know your position out here and understand what you have to lose. Because when you out here and you really got things going on for yourself, you have to move accordingly. You have to move accordingly. And you have to definitely don't allow no one to come in and finesse you out of your position. Because that's basically what just happened in this situation. Whether he shot her or not, he got finessed out of his position. And what was the main ingredient that caused him to do that? His emotion. Because if it's true how she said, you know, he was a whack rapper or dissing him for whatever song, however you make his music, it got him out of his own position. It got him to a point where, you know what, I need to pop this bitch. It got him to a point where he like, man, I can't believe she just said that. Dance, bitch, dance. Do you feel me? So if it's any truth to that, what was said, he's way out of pocket, man. And on top of that, you an immigrant in the United States. And if you flip it around, and if you go in, if you're trying to get into Canada, they're even more stricter. So if you have too many felonies on your record, or if you catch too many charges in Canada while visiting, they will ban you from going to Canada. So Tory Lanez, you should have known better, man. Because your own company, your own country, excuse me, your own country is very strict on who they allow to come in their country, man. So to my guys out there, man, this is a very important lesson that you need to understand. And unfortunately, Tory Lane's gonna have to pay the price for it. But hey, somebody got to do it, right? Do you feel me? So to my fellas, do not allow your emotions to get the best to you. Get the best of you. I'm sipping too, you know? So hey man, do not allow your emotions to get the best of you because you got way too much to lose. And if you get to a point like that, you just need to separate yourself out of that situation. Don't allow no one to finesse you out of your own position. I don't care who it is. You know what I'm saying? Because I got too much to lose. I'm out here doing way too much to allow you to come and finesse me out of my position just because of something you said to me that got me want to fire shots at you. That got me feeling like I need to get physical with you. And if that's what it takes, if that's what it takes for you to get physical with somebody, then you're not a real man out here. I'm gonna be honest with you. If you allow somebody tell you, "Oh man, you a whack rapper," or "I don't like how you wear your hat, you wear your clothes." If you allow that to break you down so much where you got to get physical or gunplay got to be involved, you're not a real man out here, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. You want to know the real? I'm finna tell you that tonight. Because it don't make sense. You allowing somebody to finesse you out of your own position because you didn't like what they said. Let's say, okay, let's take it even a little further. Maybe she slapped you, right? You gonna still pull out a gun and shoot her for that though? Come on, man. Like, what are we really doing right now? You're not gonna finesse me out of my position that easy. You know what I'm saying? You see how I'm rocking? I got my jewels. Nah, bruh. You not finna get me out of my position. You know what I'm saying? Because first of all, I don't like jail cells. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never been in one. For what I seen though on TV and it people tell me about their experiences, I can't sleep on no bunk bed, man. I'm not the type of guy, you know what I'm saying, an individual that want to smell somebody dirty socks. You know what I'm saying? And we two grown ass men laying in a bunk bed in jail because I didn't like what she said to me. Nah, bruh. That ain't gonna work for me, man. So I'm not gonna be so emotional. Well, I'm finna let you get me off of my square. Cause like I said, I'm not jail is not something I look forward to. I'm not one of those type of dudes, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna go to jail for you just because I didn't like what you said. Or even if you put hands on me, you slap me. I'm not going to jail for that. Now I will defend myself, but gunplay, no. That's not gonna happen. Nah, you got me fucked up. Oh, nah, bro. I am not gonna be in no jail cell with no other man. You know what I'm saying? Where the bathroom is right there. You know what I'm saying? As soon as you get off your bunk bed, you know what I'm saying? It's a toilet right there. So you smelling everything, man. Nah, bruh. Like I said, you need to move accordingly and know your position out here. Do you feel me? I am not feeling that whatsoever. So that's why I want you guys to know this. Do not be so emotional. You allow someone to come in and finesse you out of your own position. Do you feel me? Don't do it, man. You're not going to get that opportunity. And that's the thing, man. You got to have high standards for yourself. You got to have high standards for yourself to not allow someone to come in and just get you off your square so quick, so easy. I don't care how many bad females is around me, man. I'm not gonna act out or try to show out just because I'm trying to impress them or make it look like, you know what I'm saying? I'm that guy for real and get violent with you. Nah, bro. And from what I understand, they was at the, Kardashian's house at the pool, pool party, everybody doing their thing, getting too drunk. So maybe you should have lay off the sauce. If you can't handle your liquor, man, you need to slow down or have somebody there to, hey, get you up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously, Tory Lanez had the right people around him to begin with. If you want to know what I'm saying, my opinion on it as well. He didn't have the right people around him. You know what I'm saying? Because a guy of that type of magnitude, you know what I'm saying, and having so much access to, revenue, finances, opportunity, he should have had somebody or a couple of people around him to where when things get out of hand, they execute him out the door fast. He get him out the vehicle fast. Or, hey, you know what? We finna call another car. Have somebody else come pick me up. We gonna chill right here. If y'all gonna fight, y'all gonna fight. I'm gonna separate myself. See, that's the thing. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of other people, podcasters, YouTubers, they want to quick talk about, oh, mate, she lied about this, she lied about that. But I'm talking about from the man perspective. As a man, you got to move accordingly. You got to make adjustments, man. You see a situation. It's just like when you go to a club. The first thing I do, I don't go to clubs that often anyway. You know what I'm saying? I'm a man in my 40s, man. Nah, I'm not. I don't do clubs. But if whenever I do, or if I'm invited, the first thing I do is pull up in the parking lot. I look around, check out the surroundings, see what type of vehicles that's parked there, who parking lot pimping and walking around, and what kind of clothes attire are they wearing. Not for gang affiliations, but if I see the whole bunch of dudes in white tees going into a club, I'm not going in because I'm moving accordingly. And hey, you're not finna put me in a position that I feel like I need to, carry a gun with me. Now, of course, certain things do happen. I get that. Certain things you just can't control. But the things that I can control is checking out my surroundings and peeping game and seeing what's going on out here. Cause I don't know about you, man. I hold myself to a certain standard. And hey, you know what I'm saying? And I run my household. So a lot of things go through me. So I have to move a certain type of way. Do you feel me? So if I go to any event, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, anybody invite me to any event, that's the first thing I'm doing. I'm checking out the scenery to see what's going on in here first. That's even before I get out the car, man. I'm looking to see, okay, what type of cars. And if I see a whole bunch of buckets, man, a whole bunch of scrapers or something up in here, I'm not coming in. I'm gonna shoot you a text. Hey, man, I couldn't make it. And I'm right outside. Do you feel me? You're not gonna get me, man. You're not gonna get me that easy. I'm way too valuable to my household. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say this is a message to my real men out there. Because when you're a real man, you're a person that provides. You produce for your household. You know what I'm saying? You produce for your household. So that means you have to move a certain type of way. Because when you fall, your house fall. Or it's affected to a point where things have to change. And that's okay if you want to change because you want to change. But if you're changing because you were too emotional and you allow your emotions to make you do some type of criminal activity and you the boss of your house, how does that work? See, that's the thing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to focus on what she lied about, what Megan lied about, and Kelsey saying this, and the witness not saying that, or whatever. Let's break it down to the basics. That's where I'm at with it. What type of man are you, man? Or you're not even a man. You still a little kid. You just a baby boy. You not the real McCoy. Is that you? Well, you need to keep watching my channel if you're not a real man. Because to my real guys out there, I know you understand what I'm saying right now. You got to be a stand-up individual out here. And being part of a stand-up individual, what that means is that you have to move with integrity. You have to move with purpose out here. And you can't just put yourself in any type of situation. And if that a situation do occur, you got to know how to move accordingly and make those adjustments, man, and get up out of that. Because when you get emotional, that affects you pretty much anything that's involving you, such as your household, your finances, your living situation. And if it affects you, it affects your kids. And one thing I don't want my kids to do is that I went to jail because I was mad because somebody said something that I didn't like. Like, really? I mean, I'm not into prison life, but if I'm gonna go down for something, I'm gonna go down for something that's meaningful, something that's involving my family, something involving me defending myself for a real reason, not just because some words. Excuse me. Not just because I said, you said something that I didn't like. Nah, that's not going to happen because I'm way too valuable to my household. You know what I'm saying? I'm way too important out here in these streets in a positive way. I'm way too important for my family, for my community, for my loved ones, for the things that I take care of. I'm way too important to be down on some low frequency type shit. So I move accordingly. And with Tory Lanez, I feel like that's where the problem was. He didn't have the right people around him. Because that's another thing. If I'm out somewhere, I'm going to have somebody with me and the people that I trust to where even if I'm drunk, they're going to say, hey, man, hey, Sean, check this out, bro. We about to get up out of here. And you leaving regardless if you want to or not. Do you feel me? See, that's the problem. You need to have real individuals around you if you can't control yourself. I mean, it's a problem within itself just for you being a man and you letting your emotions get to you because of some words somebody said. You allowing your emotions to get you so riled up. You know what I'm saying? To get you so pumped up that you got to shoot at somebody and tell them dance, dance, bitch, dance. That doesn't make no sense, man. And like I said, in California, these laws is a lot different than Texas, than Atlanta, Georgia, and different than Florida. We have one of the stiffest laws of surrounding around guns out here. You have to register everything. Now, in certain counties, you can have there is you can have a carry. You actually have a carry law out here, but it's county based county. So based on whatever county you in, you can have you are legal to have a carry firearm, but you have to understand the laws. But for Tory Lanez to have an unregistered gun, he's a immigrant. He's not a citizen. I feel that's another reason why he was convicted the way he was. See, everybody want to focus on what Megan lied about, Kelsey said, didn't say, plead the fifth on. You have to go back to the basics. And from what I understand, he already had a gun case a couple of years ago, you know, somewhere in the South. I want to say Mississippi or something like that. I didn't do my Googles on that, but regardless, he's an immigrant. And if you read the laws for United States, when you get any type of felony charge, criminal charge, you can be deported for anything. And for Tory Lanez, he should already know this for the fact that if you ever been to Canada or if you ever wanted to go to Canada, you can actually be rejected at the border because if you have too many felonies, if you go into Canada and you get in too much trouble, they can ban you from going back. I believe the rapper Snoop Dogg is banned from going to Canada because he got too many weed charges in Canada. So for Tory Lanez to come from Canada and understand the laws out there is even more stricter, he should have been moving a whole lot different. And if it's true, like I said, if she was talking reckless to him, smacking, I don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck, you know what I'm saying? Supposed to be giving, Kelsey them pow yows, whatever the case was. He shouldn't have allowed his emotions to get to him so much where gunplay have to be involved. Whether he shot at her or shot around her, none of that should have happened. Now, even if Kelsey fired the gun, for the fact that his DNA is on it, that's a bad look regardless. We probably will never know who truly shot her, but because he's an immigrant and it shows proof that, the witness said that, his hands was, that he was firing a gun and they have DNA of him holding a gun or DNA on a gun from him. That's enough. He's not a citizen. So a lot of the laws that we have for citizens in United States don't apply to Tory Lanez. And him coming from Canada, he should know that. And that's why I've been saying you have to move accordingly. You really have to move accordingly because in United States, especially California, I can't stress it enough. In California, it's a whole different thing out here. It's a totally different thing out here. You got to understand, we're not playing in California. These laws in California, ain't nobody playing with you, man. You better have your guns registered. I think you got to register your bullet shells too. You know what I'm saying? Your cartridges. You know what I'm saying? When you go to the gun store, when you buy your stuff, everything has to be registered. So for him being an immigrant, have an unregistered gun, and gunplay was involved, I don't know how people expect him to just walk away just because they lied about certain parts of the story. That's not gonna happen. I'm sorry. They're not gonna release him that easy, man. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta understand that. But to my guys, I can't stress it enough. Do not allow your emotions to get to you to the point where you lose control. Because when a real man can lose control, things really do move. And it's not in a positive way. Do you feel me? So, like I was saying earlier, when I was describing the child support situation, it's a lot of guys that go through those situations. And a lot of times they get put in bad situations for the fact that they can't control their emotions. I was talking to one of my coworkers the other day, and it was like he was mentioning like, man, I didn't like how somebody said, how they talk to me. I said, yeah, I get that, but what you supposed to do with that? This ain't high school, bruh. This not high school. You know what I'm saying? Just because you say something I don't like, I'm not finna, haul off and fire on you in the face. No, I'm in my 40s, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm really a factor in my house, you know what I'm saying? In my community. So I have a lot to lose to just want to, get physical with somebody. Now, defending myself, that's one thing. But gunplay involved, no. Every situation is different. I understand that. But you have to move accordingly out here. You know what I'm saying? You have to understand your position out here, especially in California. Because, like I keep saying, you're not in Texas, man. You can't do what they do in Texas. You can't have extended clips. All that's illegal in California. You know what I'm saying? Them handguns with extended clips, certain type of actually machine guns. A lot of that stuff is illegal out here, man. You can't move around Cali like it's the Wild Wild West. I'm sorry. And if you do, okay, hey, good luck to you. Because if you get caught with them things on you, bruh, you're gonna be sitting up there with Tory Lanez, looking at them 20, you know what I'm saying? Looking at them football numbers. That's what we say out here. You're gonna be looking at them football numbers, man. 10, 20, 30. Good luck, Chuck. Do you feel me? But it's important, man, to my fellas out there, ladies too. Because a lot of y'all ladies be egging a lot of this stuff on, man. I'm not gonna just put it all on my men. You know what I'm saying? To the men out there. But y'all ladies too, y'all be, slick with the mouth. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? But to my guys, you know what I mean? You can't allow that to affect you so much where you got to get physical. Because like I was saying, it costs you so much. And unfortunately, some of these females ain't playing fair. That's what they want you to do. So they can turn around and do what Megan Thee Stallion did to Tory Lanez. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry to tell you. Now to come to her defense, like I said, she was shot. Somebody had to pay for that. You know what I'm saying? This a high profile case. It's in Los Angeles. Somebody gonna pay for that. They not finna just let Tory Lanez walk, or somebody would. If it wasn't Tory Lanez, somebody had to take that charge. And because he's an immigrant, he really didn't have a chance. Now I was watching DJ Academics. You know what I'm saying? Much respect to him. You know, I'm not dissing him. I'm not here to talk bad on him. But I feel what you were saying, DJ Academics. But that ain't gonna work out here, man. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing you really fail to understand is he's not a citizen of United States. He's not a citizen. So a lot of the laws that we have here don't apply to Tory Lanez. You know what I'm saying? A lot of laws protect Megan because she is a citizen. And that's one thing you gotta understand when it comes to these type of cases. I understand it looked like things was looking real sketchy. You know what I'm saying? You know, people describing things looking a little foggy. I get it. But at the end of the day, he's an immigrant. So he has to walk a fine line. And him coming from Canada, Tory Lanez I'm talking about, he should already know that. Because like I said, if you go to try to get into Canada, man, they'll turn you around at the border. You know what I'm saying? They pull up your information. Bro, you got too many felonies. You can't come in. And then you get over there, if you cause too much of a problem, they'll kick you out. They'll say, hey, you banned from coming to Canada. Ask Snoop Dogg. I believe he's still banned. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people banned. Gucci Mane is banned from going into Canada. I mean, it's a lot of people. I believe Kodak Black is banned from going in Canada. So, like I said, Tory Lanez coming from Canada, understanding how his own country works. And you coming to California, it's a very liberal state out here, man. It's a lot of money out here. So people, you know what I'm saying? Folks don't, that gunplay talk, we don't like that out here in California, man. I'm in the Bay Area. Now, I know, you hear about the Bay, you hear about LA, you hear about the gang culture, all that. But you have to move accordingly out here. You have to understand your position and your location before you get that gunplay involved. Do you feel me? Because you gotta understand that. And this is a very teachable moment. And I hope people really look at this and understand you have to move accordingly out here. I don't care what level of life you're at. You know what I'm saying? Because like I described, if I'm going to a club, even me right now, I'm not no celebrity like that, but so what? You know what I'm saying? When it comes to my household, I run my household. So a lot of things go through me, and I produce and I make sure certain things is taken care of in my household. That's just what I do as a man. You know what I'm saying? So when I go out and I'm going to some type of function, a party, a get together, a gathering, I'm peeping out I'm peeping out the parking lot first. I'm seeing what kind of vehicles. Because if I see a whole bunch of buckets, if I see dudes wearing white tees, I don't see people dressing up, having button ups on. Hey man, I'm not gonna go in. I'll send you a text. Hey man, I can't make it. And I was right in the parking lot. Do you feel me? Like I said, man, it don't matter what level of life you are. If you take care of your house, you do, you know what I'm saying? You make sure certain things is taken care of. It doesn't matter what level you at. You have to understand. You have to move accordingly, man. And even though I'm making fun of it, I'm really being truthful. I really hope y'all understand what I'm saying because it's a lot of things that's going to be against you, but you don't want to let your emotions be against you as well. Do you feel me? You do not want your emotions to get the best of you. Because as a man, you know what I'm saying? We are strong individuals. We are strong mentally and physically. So things get moving when you lose your control. And your emotions, that's what you don't want it to be about. Because if I'm gonna go to jail, which I'm not a fan of, I'm not looking forward for any type of lifestyle going into prison where another man is telling me when to wake up. Excuse me, a man is telling me when to eat, when to sleep. oh, you need to go mop this floor, getting 10 cents a day or whatever they pay. Hey, man, I'm not looking forward for any type of lifestyle like that. Nah, bro. I'm too fly for that. I mean, y'all see how I'm rocking. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fly individual. I'm not into prison life. You know what I'm saying? So for me to risk my life, my freedom, it's got to be worth something, not just because you said some words to me. Now, when it comes protecting my family and defending myself, that's one thing. But just because you didn't like, my hairstyle, you don't like how I get my hair cut, sometimes my lining be off, excuse me. Hey, I do my best. Just because, you don't like my shirt, you know what I mean? My jewelry ain't what you like. It ain't big enough. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to haul off and hit you. You know what I'm saying? Shoot a pistol at you, tell you to dance. That's not going to happen. And if I was that toe up, if I was that ripped, you know what I'm saying? What was Tory Lane Peoples at? Somebody should have been with him other than just a, driver. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand. When you're a millionaire and you moving around so freely like that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's nothing. I mean, I get it, but at the same time, I don't get it. Do you feel me? I do not get it, man. Like I said, it should have been somebody there with Tory Lanez, even if he didn't want to go. And when they started fighting in the car, if that's true, if it was me and I was his partner, the first thing I would have did was, Tory, hey, we got to get up out of here, man. They can stay in this car fighting. We'll try to help break them up, but we definitely ain't pulling out no pistols, man. We gonna call us another vehicle, call somebody to pick us up because I'm not gonna have you on TMZ with some type of brawl with Megan Thee Stallion. See, that was the first mistake. Before we get to the shooting and all that, the biggest mistake for Tory Lanez, for him being an immigrant, he should have definitely excused himself out of the situation. Because it's one thing for Kelsey and Megan to fight. It's a different thing for Tory to get involved and for it to be gunplay involved. He was really in a lose-lose situation. It was no win. It was no upside for Tory Lanez because, like I said, all these different YouTubers and podcasters, they're gonna keep talking about what the evidence and like I said, even with DJ Academic, excuse me, even with DJ Academic saying what he said, I get what he's saying, but like I keep saying, he's an immigrant. That does not apply to Tory Lanez. And like I said, if I was Tory Lane's partner, I don't care if he didn't want to talk to me or fuck with me anymore. I would at least picked him up. You know what I'm saying? Because he about what, 4'8", 4'6", or something like that. It's pretty short dude. I would have grabbed him up and got him up out of that situation and say, hey, bro, we gone. You know what I'm saying? He could have been mad at me. We could have threw some hands. I wouldn't have called the police on him. But do you feel what I'm saying? I at least would have told her, I would have wrapped him up, got him up out of that situation. Or whatever Megan and Kelsey did or didn't do, that would have been on them. But one thing they couldn't have said, as Tory shot me. Oh, Tory, he was hitting on me too. Nah. So when Tory Lane's sitting in that cell and replaying all the events that happened, I'm pretty sure he's going to think of something similar to what I'm just now saying. He should have definitely got out of that situation. I don't care if he had to walk away. Because regardless what you say, what Megan didn't do, it's also what Tory did do that got him in this situation. Do you feel me? So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Leave a comment. You can share it. It's cool. Know what I mean? I'm Sean B. Stoller. You feel me? And if you like this live, like what I'm kicking, please go back and watch my other videos. You know what I'm saying? Because I offer a lot of great content. And my content is not based around a whole bunch of drama. My content is giving you good information, good game, good conversation, and hopefully something you can use. And hopefully, I'll become some type of inspiration. Do you feel me? And to my guys, I'm gonna leave you with this. Don't allow no one to come in and finesse you out of your position. And don't allow no one to get you off of your square. And don't allow no one to have the power over your control. Do you feel me? So I appreciate anybody that watched my channel for any length of time, because I do this for me, but I do this for you too. Until next time, I want to tell y'all peace.